Wasn't hard work, but tedious. That took me over half an hour to get this dome up. Good news is, though, it only required 3 full barrels worth of these. Sounds perfectly good to me. Them dome being slightly cheaper than I was expecting it. The progress made. You know what? Not bad. I wish it was like a little bit more smoother and clear, but this will definitely work. Definitely the glass dome well formed up with this here now. That's perfectly shaped. I just got to now work on the ceilings of the walls. This is actually pretty awesome. Now I got the glass dome completely covered up, which means the inside is nearly sealed off. Only way of having stuff coming in is from above the outer walls and from the outside walkways to the outer walls. Yeah, this is kind of a cool sight to see now. Now seeing that the terrarium is very well in place now. Where's my manners? Welcome back to Greg Tech to Horizons, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Serious here. So, I've been at it for a while building. I've explored around the overworld considerably more now. Came across a desert that had the desert gardens in it, unlike all the other deserts that I found. So I was able to make use of that to get one step closer to completing a quest for a healing axe. It's for the fishing, farming, and cooking. I know I grabbed all the desert gardens. I probably tucked away in one of those chests when I came back from my adventures, but yeah, I got lots of desert gardens from that red desert and the other desert. It's right next to each other there. So all I gotta do, oh, and I gotta make a bunch of water gardens. So all I gotta do is make all of these food items, make some firm tofu and all that. Once I get all that, I should be able to get myself a healing axe. You know, most people would be able to get the healing axe early on before LV. I guess my case is very unusual to have waited so long for the healing axe. But the good news is, though, at least I got about 72 HP, 36 hearts I've accumulated with all the foods I've eaten through time. So that inconvenience without a healing axe has been a bit of a blessing to increase my health overall. Anyhow, in this episode, not that anything's going to be finished, but I want to at least get things started towards the space race. So I made some IV circuits. I'm going to be working towards making a NASA workbench. I got the 2 mainframes from IV tier. They're just waiting to be used. I just gotta make use of a bunch of other EV circuits as well as some HV circuits to make all the components that the NASA workbench requires. Like the multi-purpose robot arms requires EV circuits. Oh no. And of course some HV circuits, but this is a concerning sight. I don't know where you get nether star ores. I'm having a feeling I'll for sure have to fight a boss. I mean, there's Salus Mundus. I can make Salus Mundus and make a null catalyst. Maybe. I'll have to investigate around with that. There's the macerator. A lot of it just seems to be revolving around either or killing the wither. What does it take to make a null catalyst? Okay. I don't know how to make null catalyst. Guess I have to get from a quest here. I guess I have to get into witchery to be able to make the null catalyst, but even then, probably a good ways for me to do that. Oh my goodness. Two nether star plates for one multi-purpose robot arm. Not to mention that I would have to press 9 nether stars to make one block, so that means I have to defeat 9 withers, at least. Well, y'all, looks like I'm going to be trekking into the nether for a while and making heck out of another fortress. A lot of those blazes in there are nasty. I mean, I got decent gear. I could make use of the vanadium steel swords and stuff that I have in here to grind around for a little bit. Another way of doing this too as well is that I can dip into what Ender IO to make an automated farm. I got plenty of Enderman head, got some vibrant alloys, soul grade, and I can work with making solarium. Alright, I can at least start preparing to make the room for galactic craft. Rockets are very polluting, so I'm probably going to have the rocket silo area be towards the south of the base where all the Pyrolysis ovens and EBFs are at. Or I could make a mountain base. Have that mountain base be specialized for Galacticraft. It might mean that you'll probably mean that I'll have to travel more for distance and stuff like that, but you know what? I am taking an idea of a mountain base to where I can actually have a rocket go out in there. Kind of like a secret space base, you know? That's what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to be putting my NASA base at. This is where I'll be progressing for space. And plus, too, I can put more immensely polluting systems over here, too, as well. I'll probably have to make use of long-distance fluid pipes as well as item pipes to send any items over there along the way, depending on what's going on. I'll probably have to make more machines to go with it, too, as well. And I probably will be very seldomly be using the NASA equipment over there anyway, so if I'm able to ration power the way that I think I can with it, to where I can only have power supplied over there as needed instead of all the time, then I can actually just straight up hook up a diesel power system over here, or make part of this mountain base a diesel powered system itself. That's an idea to make count for. But either way, in this episode, I'm going to start my Galactic Craft rocket base, and this mountain's a good candidate for that. Okay, so after about 30 minutes of cursing and planning, I went insane and pretty much got 30 skeleton skulls with the skeleton skulls from the Nether. As I killed some withers already. Tell you one thing, cakewalk. I'm going to repeat this 10 more times. Actually, 8 more times. That should be more than enough to create a block of nether star for the sake of the nether plates. So that way I can make those robot arms for the NASA workbench. Alright, so more withers dead. Got about 10 nether stars. Let's see, where's the... Oh, there it is. Block of nether star. Heh. Never thought I'd be coming across something like this. And this should get me all the plates I need for sake making those robot arms. Alright. That's nether star plates. My goodness, though. Like, the NASA workbench is really expensive. 2 IV circuit, an advanced assembly machine 2. I haven't checked in a hard-walled tier yet, but the multi-purpose robot arms. 2 nether star plates, some HV components, including HV robot arm, stainless steel, EV circuitry, and the lenses require some diamond lenses, reinforced glass. That's not too hard. Carbon mesh will do the trick. Or carbon plates, I should say. That's pretty easy to make. Still, that's going to be a one expensive machine. There's one last thing that I didn't quite look at, though. Actually, 2 things. Polyflame, iron screw. I mean, I can just shove all that into the cell machine. I got some LV circuits. Glass panes. So just red, blue, green eyes for the RGB stuff. I figured that'd be the case. Then Guardrail is just basically interject alloy frame with wet concrete. I got plenty of wet concrete, and I can make interject alloy easily. Alright, so I got the means of making the NASA workbench.
You know, there's a convenience that I've been missing for a very long time. Didn't exactly want to get into it because of the fact it cost a steel leather at the time, but this glider, it's really great. And with piston boots on top of that, it's an excellent synergy to the piston boots. Oh, don't mind a lag spike there. And furthermore, I can just accelerate downwards, and I'm not consuming a massive amount of hunger. It's amazing. So, a little bit of how I've got the wither skulls is wither skeletons. And yes, I literally did things the old-fashioned way in GTNH here. Oh, lag. And harvested the skulls by hand. That's what I get for taking the route slightly different than I'm used to. Either way, I'm heading towards the fortress. So I literally spent hours waiting for wither skeletons to spawn. I made a big gigantic platform before that was spawning nothing but zombie pigmen and all the other modded creatures that exist within it, so it wasn't as fruitful as it was as I was able to. Wow, what's up with the lag spikes? It wasn't as fruitful to get the skulls before as I was able to do with the later versions of Minecraft. Furthermore, they weren't exactly spawning on a platform in the ways I was expecting them to. I don't know, which it's enough to tell me that there's something different about the 1.7.10 structures. Maybe it's the same bounding box system that the Nether Fortress works with. Like, what dictates the spawns of wither skeletons and blazes in the Nether Fortress? And why it's so exclusive? Why the spawns so exclusive to excuse me for speaking a rainbow there. Get away from me. Anyways, what determines a Nether Fortress spawn? Do I must be a stable enchantment. Or a nitro. Basically, another fortress, why the nether mobs are so exclusive into the nether fortress is because every nether fortress spawns has a bounding box that literally expands from one corner of the fortress to the other. It's literally a box that holds the entire, that's housing the whole entire fortress from within. And any nether bricks within that bounding box has a chance of spawning all the blazes, wither skeletons, and with the double chance of magma cubes. There solves that problem. Batters up, bat. Anyways, now each bridge segment also has its own. Ay, 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 everything wants to kill me today. Can you please leave me be? This goes to show that if improperly geared, that the nether can be a very nasty place. Look at that. I'm well below half health because of all that. Okay, this is a safe place to be due to it being enclosed. So every bridge segment in the nether fortress basically has its own bounding box on top of the bigger bounding box that the whole structure is within. I found that with later versions of Minecraft, at least, that blazes and wither skeletons will spawn as long as they're in the bigger bounding box. Period. I got a pigman to kill. I don't really find that being the case with this whole big platform design. However, if I free up more space in the other bridges, though, I do find it increased spawn rates with the wither skeletons and all. So this basically was a few hours wasted setting up, demolishing all the other bits and pieces and setting them up. Plus, too, I found that spawn rates for all the other creatures crowded out the blazes and wither skeletons. So I'm literally going back and forth between two fortresses to have the harvests. On top of that, I've been making use of the vanadium steel cleaver. I already have two modifiers for beheading applied on it, a total of 2 pieces of obsidian and 2 ender pearls invested to make beheaded 2 here. I'm going to invest into a third one should I have to get more nether stars. That helped a little bit for getting skulls. I'd like to be able to just get this to where skulls get yielded by a high chance, period. So this is the insanity that I've been doing to get the wither skeleton skulls. And my goodness, it's not entirely fun when you want progress done. On the other hand, I've been... Oh no, no. As you saw, some of these zombie pigments will aggro on you for no reason. Me being tight on inventory space right now isn't helping. So, this is basically 3 hours work being done here. But yeah, good amount of XP. Got a lot of armor pieces out of all the infernals I've been killing. So even though it's high danger is high, the risk and rewards can be worth it. One thing I strongly recommend should you be exploring the Nether the first time is accumulate a whole lot of enchant levels and have at least one armor piece that has last stand on it. Whenever you take a killing blow, whatever amount of damage will scale with the amount of XP you will lose instead from that, as long as you're wearing a piece of armor with last stand on it. That has been my saving grace a lot. It saved me from burning up into lava. It saved me from being in a pinch from a bunch of creatures trying to take me down at once. Especially that platform area. I don't know how many times that enchantment has saved me. On top of that, with protection 4 mitigating the amount of damage I received, it also affects how much XP you lose from every hit. Anyways, I'm going to start digging out the location that I planned out for the Galactic Craft Base. And I'll probably lay down. Yeah, I will lay down foundations for a diesel system, for a diesel fuel processing system over there too, as well. Just for the sake of making progress. Set. Goodbye, puppy. Alrighty. This is the highest peak of the mountain, pretty much. Not a bad spot to put silo. Just have like a base of operations here. Have a hallway go towards the north and then branching off towards the east to converge with the underground hallways that created going south from the main base. Yeah, I haven't been in this. Every now and then I'll be at this mountain. I special harvested some clay out of it because I was needing some for LV and Steam. Yep. Without further ado, time to go hacking down all the way to level 68. Alright, so I pretty much got the hallways well established. That dream box definitely adds a different feel to it. We adjusted the lighting, which makes this hallway feel even more dimmer. Cool and all, but leaves me feeling a little uneasy. Curious about what y'all's opinions are. Anyhow, this is pretty much the Galactic Craft base for now. I'll be having all the GC machines in here to make all the necessary resources to launch the first rocket. I will be adding another room specifically for fuel processing, probably branching off from the corner of this hallway, or maybe branching off from this room separately. I'll have to plan in advance for that. That's for episode or off camera. I wasn't originally planning on using the factory blocks and the technical blocks and all, but after a good while of browsing through certain blocks and realizing I had so much of these blocks, I just decided to go fully at bay with these blocks here. The transparent technical blocks are pretty cool to have as like thin scaffolding. However, they're treated like glass, so oh, don't mind the lag spike. They're treated like glass, so mining them will cause you some debuffs. But yeah, don't mind me going up here in a sec. I pretty much eliminated all the other the top of the mountain, just to make sure there's no unwanted creatures encroaching space. might find something to replace the niter. I'll have to dig around and see what would be a good alternative to niter, should I decide to replace these. Though with that being said, there is another option in regards to niter here. That might be worth my attention. If I take, and I imagine that a lot of people may or may not know this, but if you get some niter here and right click it with an HD battery, turns into an electric cloud that has like a very cool electrical effect. I suppose I can use this electrical cloud to add some mild detail I missed. I'll come back to fix this up later on, but just think about more and more. I could probably replace all the niter with this, but at the same time, though, I feel like it would take a look away from the feel of this base, though, because the niter here being orange, and with the overall warmth feel of this industrial but warming feeling, just due to the warm colors I put into this. Actually, I can see myself using this, but only a touch in this space. That's what I'll do. I'll just go ahead and turn these into electric clouds, just to see how things go. I'm open to hearing any of y'all's opinions about this. But I think the rest I shall leave as Snyder for the time being. So this is the Galactic Craft Room. So back at the power wing of the base, I did add several distilleries. I added one for to process the wood tar down into benzene and other related products. So I'm producing creosote oil, phenol, toluene, and some dimethylbenzene. While I'm having benzene being pumped directly back into this system. Looks like reserve has dipped down a little bit. I am going through I am heavily processing through stainless steel right now. Are all of the ovens running? No, not all. Oh, not all of them. Mind that pad. Not enough item outputs to space. Must be because of the charcoal. This does periodically turn on and off. So it looks like I'm using all of the ovens here. And possibly not enough to keep this tank filled? I've got to keep a close eye on the power here. I have... What's causing that power drip is most likely the 3 EBFs I'm handling here that I am processing stainless steel in. I went through another batch of manganese, found some extra pyrolusite, or is it pyrolusite that yields manganese? It's pyro something. I think it's pyrolusite that contains magnesium oxygen in it. Electrolyze that and you'll be getting plenty of manganese out of it. If I've been saying magnesium, I meant manganese. Wood supplies holding up, sapling supplies holding it. I also did another thing too as well that also is a slight expansion of this. Of course, building that, what I built over there, required me to lay down even bigger brass pipes, so that way the throughput can keep up with what the crop managers can handle, can supply through. Crop managers are empty all the time now, so that's enough to tell me that to solve the problem. But yeah, I made a bunch of advanced breweries to turned saplings into biomass, and that biomass is going through two advanced fermenters. It's not enough to sustain both these all the time, but it's enough to prevent a bottleneck of biomass. All that is going into all the fermented biomass is then going through the distillery here, which then able to produce fertilizer with. I'm also slowly producing acetic acid, ethylene. I'm using ethanol. Ethanol is also being produced on top of that distillery over there. I'm producing a healthy amount of methanol as well as ammonia. I will be needing ammonia to make explosives with for the machine parts, the black graph plates, and all for the implosion compressor. Other gases I can burn off. So, and totally, I'll be needing that too as well for making explosives too. Like, I'm deciding to start producing dynamite out of this. This dynamite will require glycerol tritonate, which then requires glycerol and nitration mixtures to create the glycerol tritonite. I'll have to figure out what to do with the sulfuric acid. And then I got methanol, which I'm producing. And I just need to figure out how to produce seed oil. So I'm thinking that I might want to make a crop manager with a bunch of rape plants to get all the oils and stuff necessary to easily supply the resources for glycerol production. And the ammonia should be going into the nitration mix. Like the nitration mix requires some sulfuric acid to go into it. Then just mixing nitric acid with that. And then I can mix ammonia with oxygen to produce nitric acid. So I got the beginning foundation works. I'll be working on that off camera. I would be doing more in that specific regards in this episode, but considering the length that this episode's in coaching to, I think it's about time that I actually conclude this episode here. But yeah, in the meantime, though, at least, I'm going to be working through stacks and stacks of stainless steel, and with these EBFs being being upgraded to pretty much EV power due to the 4 amps of HV power going into it, these will produce the stainless steel ingots relatively quickly. I'll definitely be invested in grinding out some time. I will be making some multiple distilleries and some oil crackers too as well to handle the to handle oil processing and all. I'm thinking for the tanks with those are to be stainless steel, so that way I can store much of the oil products much as possible, since oil sand is not an infinite resource compared to benzene. And I'll be laying down some long distance pipes going through some no-nipple pipes or something like that to transport multiple fluids across a single pipe in long distance. Ideas for the future, and we definitely took a big step closer to making a rocket for the first trip to the moon. I'm going to make it a goal to at least get all the infrastructure and all the rocket components set up in the moon. I'll go ahead and make the NASA workbench at the next episode too as well. I just got too carried away with building up the rocket room, so things kind of went against plans a little bit, but at least we got the groundworks for making that workbench. Anyways, y'all, it's been a pleasure, and I wish y'all a fine day. Take care.